Start in just a second. Okay. Usually I wait a minute or so for people to get on, but it's late. I started late, so we're not waiting. Tonight we got ourselves just released Twilight Zone from Rittenhouse Archives. Break sponsored by Blowout Cards. So this is 2 cases. They are both separate, of each other. And Rittenhouse numbers all their cases, so makes it easy on me. We got our lowest number was case 21. Our higher number was case 36. So we're going to case 21 will be our low. Will be the first case. I was half tempted, Robo, to start off like something like that. I'm always afraid, even if I were to just play the music, my video would get flagged, and then nobody would be able to watch it. Bring it up just a little. There's our case topper. Hey, it's in a soft sleeve. And it's a metal card, M3. Let me see, I got the checklist up here. So there are 3 of them. Okay. Just want to give myself some room here. I think I saw 1 box break so far, but with some of the older actors in this, a couple of them I'm not too familiar with. I mean, obviously most of them are pretty well known. But the one thing I did see is that, as far as I can tell, you cannot make a base set out of 1 box. It's physically possible, but the collation did not allow it. Let's see here. 4231 is our first box. Need tape for this. Alright, so we'll start. Let's just separate. So the cards are heavy duty on the text. That's what the base cards look like. One more thing I need to get. These empty boxes, so I have some place to put the wrappers when I'm done here. Oh, and so this is Juan Ortiz. I think these are 1 in 3 packs. Portfolio prints, and yep, 1 in 3 packs. No, wait a minute. No, character art cards. These are 1 a box. That particular one. There's 2 different portfolio prints. There's my main man, Sebastian. S37 Martin Landau. So Stars is the insert set. And let's see. Just checking on the odds. Mirror board character cards, 1 in 60 packs. So that's the only thing. Everything else is at least one a box. Alright, so this would be the easier one. E75J55. And it's got two different. So yeah, there's 92 of these. I wonder, I guess the Midnight Sun must be episode 75 of the series. Okay, there's another one. E104 J70. This one is just base. There's our first autograph. And let me pull up the autograph cards. I mean, everybody is scarce or extremely limited. There's a couple very limiteds. I don't think there's any. Oh yeah, there's some limiteds in there too. So this one's just a limited. Huh, one of the cards looked short. I guess I just fanned it in my hand. E53, oh J40 I should say. Go. That's the checklist. So to Robo and whoever else is listening, how rare do you think the Rod Serling is? I mean, I know it's listed as scarce, which means it's less than 50, but I doubt there's that many. I mean, if there's 5,500 boxes, there's autograph number 2. And one every probably 10 cases, 12 cases, probably something like that. J30. Somebody already pulled one. J47. Oh, well, that's easy enough. I mean, they probably held some back, though. Oh, here's one of the mirror cards. That's a heavy card. It kind of has an acetate sort of feel to it. Looking for M3. Billy Mummy. So you figure, let's see, how does that work out? So if we do 5,500 divided by 12, 458 cases. So let's just say 450 cases divided by 50 is 9. And then they probably held 1 or 2 back. So yeah, probably 1 in every 10 cases. I can say I have never been lucky enough to pull one of the couple of cut cards that Rittenhouse has put into their product. Stars, Pat Hingle, number 46. J59 on the portfolio. I think the one that I liked the best was at the Philly show. There was a guy who had, I think, for one of the Star Trek releases, wasn't there a Telly Savalas cut? I think. J63. But whoever it was, they used, it was $1 that I guess, you know, somebody had gotten autographed, and that's what they used, you know, for the signature in the card. J21. I always felt like, is it the Captain's Collection? Has the James Doohan cut signature in it. Well, the last time they were on sale, we needed to go hard on that one. That's a good question. I have no idea how that works. I mean, how many, you know, I don't know if they still do it, but geez, how many dollar bills did you used to get that had that stamp on? It was like follow the bill. You just go to like some website and check in where you were with that particular serial numbered bill. Yeah, the Sean Connery doesn't count because it was a guarantee in the archive box. But I mean, I opened up 2 of those. Okay, so we start with, this is not inscribed, Michael Gorfine. And Anne Gillian. You know, I never bothered to check the IMDb, and I don't know how old you are, Robo Mole, but the Anne Gillian, is that the same lady who was in It's a Living, the one sitcom about the waitresses? That was Crystal Bernard's start before Wings. J69. No, real quick, just pull it here. All right, so that one's a C. Just want to make sure when I'm grabbing it that I know which is which. I'm surprised they didn't do a parallel. They could have easily done a silver foil. Albert Salmi for Stars. J7. That's my father-in-law's favorite show. There's Ann Jillian again. Yeah, it's actually on one of those channels that plays all the throwbacks. I've seen it once or twice since, but you know, definitely didn't hold up. J20. It's funny when I listen to radio classics on satellite radio, when they do the Bob Hope, all the USO stuff, he always had Ann Jillian with him. J29. Here's another C7. So again, those are supposed to be 1 in 60 packs. So you're talking, you know, just about 1 in 3 boxes. Unless the odds are askew. J38. Just finished the first box. I got a late start. And honestly, without having the checklist in front of me, we didn't get an inscription yet. So it was Ann Jillian and who's the guy? Gorthine. Okay, here's our next autograph. Autograph number 2. Alright, so here's the question I have for everybody. And you'll know better than me. Especially, here's something blue. What's this? J16, just the color of the card. besides the obvious ones, you know, I mean, I guess like the Martin Landau and, you know, William Shatner, Ron Howard, I think, is in this. Like, who else is a big name that I should be on the lookout for besides the obvious ones? J76. Because the autograph list is actually relatively small, but everybody has so many different inscriptions and versions. Second box done. I guess also somebody who hasn't had a Twilight Zone autograph before would probably be more in demand. We go with Jim. I'm going to go with Hooten. And we got ourselves a duel. Dana Dillaway and Veronica Cartwright. Let me jump over. Are the duels all going to be scarce, or let's see, DA2, very limited. Oh, it's the only duel in the set. How do you like that? Not following. What do you mean? I just spoke it into existence. Were you about to say that duel, or? I mean, but if it's very limited, it's not going to be too crazy. Oh, hey, an unnumbered box. Let me check that out. I know it's not. I know it happens, but it's kind of hard. There you go. You can tell. Maybe this box is from the Twilight Zone. That's why it's unnumbered. C4, To Serve Man. Well, I could see that one. Didn't Cloris Leachman recently pass? J28. J6. You guys watch the reruns of this? Boo. Autograph number 1. J54. I always get all those throwback channels mixed up, but I want to say it's on Comet. J68. They also do the Outer Limits. So who here was a fan of the movie, the Twilight Zone movie they did back in, geez, it's got to be what, 25, 30 years ago now? J85.
I would have been better off with it.
J15. I haven't seen it in so long. J62.
I'm not taking the crossbar.
Autograph number 2.
No, I held it. I was going for power. I just got the wrong concept.
Stars of John Daner. That guy is all over old-time radio serials. J37. And Richard Keel. You know, not like I paid close attention, but I did not know that that was Richard Keel in To Serve Man.
Okay. I think it's pretty.
Well, everybody keep your fingers crossed that we pull one. I mean, the odds aren't absolutely terrible. You know, we're guessing 1 in 10 cases. Carol Byron.
Oh, really, really good.
And William Swan. The sell sheet had, isn't it 3 minimum of 3 inscription cards? Per case. Number 265 on the box. Is a Rod Serling autograph rare in general?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Record it, record it. I put a 3-6 from midfield.
Stars, Patricia Breslin.
It's because the keeper thought that it was going to be headed, but it was never touched. So both guys went up. I went up for it, and the other guy went up for it.
Excuse me 1 second.
It goes over him.
And obviously he wasn't doing cons or anything like that. J66. You know, actually, I wonder. I was listening to a report about San Diego Comic-Con saying about how, you know, it's been around for 50 years, so. And the first, was it the first one? They had Ray Bradbury was there. J52. Alright, autograph. Number 1. So who's going to the National next week? J12. I wish all the stuff that's going on right now with the trimming and doctoring and all that kind of stuff, I wish it was next year, so that way I could go J25 when it's in Atlantic City.
No one even knows what it is. Yes, ma'am.
J44. There's autograph number 2. Morgan Brittany, Stars. You know what would be cool is if we do pull a Serling, I want to see what kind of offers whoever has the number 1 spot in that case gets. J3. J34. Because we're done with this break, I could see doing another. I don't think that I don't think this set's going to be, you know, setting the world on fire, that the prices are going to go up. I could be wrong, but
Oh, Brett.
C9. So either we're getting really lucky or these odds are off a little bit, because that's 1 in every box. And J83. Nobody's talking anymore. First autograph, John Considine. And Ruta Lee, our first inscription as my favorite bad girl, XXX. So let's check our first inscription. Let's see. Well, that one's listed as a scarce, so that's good. Alright, we are a third of the way done this first case. You know, I haven't seen any actual case breaks, I wonder, you know, approximately how many scarces you get out of a case. So you got box 3765. These wrappers are a little sticky. We got another mirror card. We got the Shat. Let's see, what number is he? M1. Yeah. Do they still do the marathon at New Year's? I swear I don't remember seeing it the last year or two.
What?
Now here's Ruta Lee for stars. And James Best stars.
Record that too.
J82. J87.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was that attitude.
C6. Did you see the announcement that the Orville is getting moved over to, was it Hulu? One of the paid streaming services? J37? 57.
Ryan, what honors are you taking? You have honors English?
Yeah, I mean, the only problem I have, J2, is I have less than no intention. There isn't one show that I like enough that's going to make me pay for a subscription service.
10.
I mean, I'm never going to see Star Trek. I mean, unless
Did you read the book?
I got to, you know, if I get my hook my Firebox back up,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I can,
halfway through and
you
I
know,
was skipping.
find episodes of it, you know, on there through Cody. But
Yeah.
everything's moving to Hulu and Netflix and
I didn't even buy the second one yet.
CBS All Access, and then the Disney one they're going to start up.
How about now?
There's our first autograph. Oh, and there's our second autograph already. That was quick.
Dude, my phone book has 6 words a page. Everyone's book.
J65.
There was a page with one word on it. There was literally a page.
J32. I guess I could, I wonder, my son has Spotify Premium, and I know he gets Hulu. It comes with it. Maybe I'll just use his account to see what's on Hulu. I know he said it's not much. He doesn't really watch much that's on there.
Matt, are you actually thinking about dropping?
I saw that Adrian Palicki and Scott Grimes are filed for divorce already. They said they were married for 2 months.
And she did. That's the bad stuff. She did
J11. Every once in a while you get caught up in the habit. J71. Throw away a wrapper without realizing it. You know, I was saving up points. I forget how many I have, you know, already in my account. But I was just making the assumption that they were going to have an Inflections reward card, and since they don't, I've got all these points that I'm not using. And even if they put out a quotables when they do season 8, you know, they're only going to be 300 points. I wonder if they have a rewards card.
Used to come to the soccer practices.
So I wonder if I should what do you call it? I wonder if I should pick up that rewards card, the one for Twilight Zone, just to have some good trade bait. Alright, we start up. Billy Mummy. 171, that looks like that says. Let's see. Extremely limited. And autograph number 2 is Daryl Richard. And this one says best wishes. And what is it? 160 it looks like it says. Now the interesting thing is it's not listed as one. I mean, I don't know if Best Wishes really qualifies as an inscription. Because they don't have any other A160s. So I guess we'll have to check and see if they actually have, you know, look up other versions of that card up on eBay and see if, you know, that's just, he wrote Best Wishes on all of them. So we got 2071.
If you hit there. Why do you make a weird here? I'm gonna be a shooter. Can I get shooting guard?
J51.
No shooting guard.
You got that right. Yesterday I was reading, there was a thread on there about somebody was looking for Johnny Depp autographs. Holy cow, that signature. It's so frantic.
Shall I?
There's our first autograph. Oh, we got the super rare trimmings.
God.
Should I send that to, what's that guy's name? Gary Moser? There's autograph number 2 already. J78.
Why is mine not up the point card?
I don't think so. You know, somewhere, what the hell did I do with it? I have J24 from one of the other Rittenhouse releases. It was a card that was solid gray. I want to say it came out of Discovery.
Whoa, this camera angle. Yes, same. How do I fix it?
Probably the best was one of the Star Wars releases. We had gotten cards. I think they were missing the foil, and there were so many of them. I actually was able to make a set, so we ended up making them a draftable spot. I wish I could remember. It was a couple years ago now. What it was exactly. That's the thing that stinks about pulling the autograph card so early. Just packs of nothing.
Good shot, Brad.
J91. I will say with the base cards, I like it when they mix things up where the card, like the image itself is like a high gloss and then the card with the text is like a matte. I like that, but I don't understand why. I mean, they should have made the image a little bit larger. I mean, on some of these, you know, because of how much text there is, I mean, look how tiny the picture is.
D-Wade.
Well, the Stars, Barney Phillips. The Billy Ripken's famous or valuable for 2 reasons. First is because he cursed. I remember I had pulled one of those. I think I sold it. This was back, you know, in 1989. J72 for like $50. And then I went and bought a cello box and pulled another one. But I mean, they've got so many different corrections to that card. I never knew. I mean, like, I knew they had the scribble and the white box and the black box and all that kind of crap. But the different cards with these weird cuts and things, I never knew that much existed. Because I always said I would pick up the different versions, but I didn't realize that there was 50 of them.
Oh.
Nehemiah Persoff. But unfortunately, with errors, more than not, they never correct them. So since they didn't correct them, it's an error, but it's an uncorrected error, and it's not worth any more than if it was a regular base card. Now, if they fixed it, and hopefully one version is rarer than the other, now you got another story. And I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but it's funny because off the top of my head, J43. I know back in '95, Skybox had an error in their DC Master Series set, and they corrected it, but they did it about halfway through, so, you know, neither version is worth any more than the other. I barely open up sports cards anymore, but I gotta tell you, reading through all the different threads of everybody, J33 with tops, how there's so many different variations, oh my god, it would make my head explode if I was a player collector. And C3. So again, we've gotten one in every single box. Yet the character cards, I mean, unless I misread which one was which. Maybe that's my, oh yeah, I did. It's the mirror that's 1 in 60. My bad.
I got the ball.
Yeah, I would say the closest thing you're going to get to an error today would just be a printing error, where, you know, it wasn't anything that was corrected or whatnot. And then you'll get a small premium, but barely. I mean, as long as it's somebody big. You know, you pull a Spider-Man missing the foil, and a Spider-Man would have been $1. Maybe you get $5 for it. Okay, we start with Morgan Brittany.
Man, I want the ball. Give me the ball. I'm hungry.
And Nehemiah Persoff. I was actually the same way. I collected Tony Gwynn, and then around 97, 98 I stopped because that's when there was just getting to be just way too many cards. And I even remember I could probably still find my old list if I dig hard enough, but from 83 to 98 or 97 I needed less than 100 cards, and that included all the oddball regional stuff. I used to really enjoy it, but then, like I said, 98 I think was a real explosion. But you like Ryan Sandberg, Brian? I can't reach it. It's out of reach. But under my desk here, my cousin gave me a bunch of his old cards to look through. He didn't really have anything. You know, it's late 80s, early 90s overproduction stuff. But J13, I did pull aside. He had one of the 1990 score Ryan Sandberg's. I forget which version it was. The one where, what was it? It had the second base or not second base. C5. But if you want to shoot me a message to remind me, I'll give it to you when I mail out whatever cards you got coming to you. If you want it. Like I said, it's definitely 1990 score. I just can't remember which version it is. I know both versions aren't anything crazy. It's like one's $2 and one's $5. Something like that. J88. First autograph.
Working on it.
Yeah, like I said, just shoot me a PM when you get a chance, because I will forget. Yeah, I ended up selling all my cards to some guy on the West Coast. I kept a couple, that I liked for myself, and pretty much all the autographs I had. J73.
That was open.
Yeah, no, you got the right version. I just don't remember which version I have. It is not within arm's reach, or even toes reach. I was thinking one of these days, though, just to kind of still have something of a collection for them, I was going to pick up J4 PSA 10 of the main rookies. Maybe like an unopened pack from each of those. I've seen they're kind of expensive, kind of not. Unopened cellos and racks where you can pretty much get any player you want on the front or the back. Something I could probably, I could frame that would look neat on the wall. J35. Autograph number 2. Here's a mirror. Martin Landau, M8. You kidding me? I pull a Serling. I'm gonna. Whoop.
Call me. I get rid of it.
You know what? I would love to be able to say I could, wait until the end of the box, but I have a feeling that if we did pull one, Cloris Leachman, that it's going to be so obvious what it is. I can't just say, here's an autograph and flip it over, and you're not going to know when you see something that's going to be thicker. But, I mean, J67, that's the least of my worries. I mean, I just want to, if I pull one, I'll be ecstatic. Burgess Meredith, Stars. J80. Hey, you know, I wonder if does the Serling replace a regular autograph? Or is it an additional hit? Because if the sell sheet is 2 on-card autographs per box, and you get the Serling, can I file, you know, open up a missing hit request? I was supposed to get the Joe Blow autograph, and I got a Rod Serling, and it's not on card.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Barbara Barry.
Don't worry about it. Just that one.
And Ron Haggerty. They would send me another one of these. Or a little blank card where Steve wrote FU on it.
Oh.
Here's another mirror. Get off there. Cliff Robertson, M9. I think that's it then, right? No, there could be a 5th. It's 1 in 60, so the odds don't even out. So we could get one more of those. And Jillian again on the Stars. I think that's the same. I don't know if there's more than one.
We all uninstalled FIFA.
And Albert Salmi. I think we got him as well.
Cool. Sorry.
J56. J77. I wonder what Rittenhouse has in the works. You know, any new releases, you know, licenses that they are going to be working on.
Momo.
C7. J49.
Yes.
Well, when did the spin-off shows start that they were talking about? You know, and is that something, you know, like does J86, does Rittenhouse have total rights to Game of Thrones in general?
No. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I can't believe they're going to make another Discovery set. And with Orville moving over to All Access, you know, that's even less people that they're going to first autograph, you know, that now have eyes on that show. And I guess the license, I wonder, is it specifically with HBO or is it with the show? You know, like, is it with George R.R. Martin? Autograph number 2.
No, that's not the time for stats.
I mean, I was thinking about that myself. Is if they put out a set for the spin-offs, would I collect the set? I honestly don't know. J9. I mean, I still haven't finished all my other sets. And, you know, Season 8, I know it's not showing up on their site at all, but you would think Season 8 would be coming out, oh, geez, the end of the year maybe, or beginning of next year, first quarter.
We can always
J90, but I mean, I still think that they could take over Walking Dead from Topps, put out 1 or 2 sets and be successful with it. The only problem is just be a lot of content, new context that they would have to make for, you know, a short-lived product.
Alright, give me one more.
And then it would be funny because then you'd see they'd get Andrew Lincoln back.
I didn't see it. I thought it was on the other side.
You know, and if for whatever reason Topps could never get him. You know, honestly, anything Rittenhouse could put, you know, any release that they could do would be better than most of the other companies. J81, aka Topps and Upper Deck on the whole. And J31. I get more disappointed with Upper Deck every release because of EPAC. I know it's good for them, but it's not fun for me. If I like opening up packs. Alright, 2 autographs. Jim Titus. And will this one overtake Ruta Lee? How about Martin Landau?
He just got like 5 rebounds.
You're exactly right, Robo.
He just got so many rebounds? No, Chad. You're 5
I mean,
for 23.
Flair was not all that good. So that was a tough one. That was a tough one to do. You know, and without knowing until you open it, because they don't release any information.
What are you talking?
Alright, let's see. Yeah, figures. The draft list is up. It's up to me on Deep Space Nine. Well, they're gonna have to wait for 4 more boxes.
Too happy.
Well, Lazenby's an achievement, so you know it's going to be everywhere. And mirror. Jonathan Harris. Mirrors don't really show up well on camera. I tell you, I like the Bond set. I thought, except if they could have just done some cut autographs of the other Bonds, then I think that thing would have been a home run. Peter Mark Richmond. And I know I've said that a ton of times now, but that is my belief. The tiers weren't too bad. Not like in Flair where everything's got 20 tiers to it. Shelley Fabers.
I'll send them the screen.
Well, with the odds are 1 in 60, so it's got to be a no unless the odds are wrong. J75, because we pulled 5 and there's at least 9 in the set. How many are in the set for the mirrors? There's 9 of them. So I guess with good collation and you get lucky, you can do it in 2 cases.
Oh, you want a screen?
Yeah, I agree that the Bond set was way better than I was expecting. J14. I keep forgetting to do a review for Flair in my Facebook group. You know, also on that Bond set, the silver cards, I still have only seen C1.
Whose man is that?
One person posted that they pulled one over on NSU, and one has never shown up on eBay. Yeah, the one I don't think counted as an inscription, so we should have only pulled 1. And like I said, I don't have the sell sheet in front of me, but I thought that it said a minimum of 3. So we've got 4 more boxes to get 2 more inscriptions. J46.
Okay. Matt, if you say your stats one more time, I swear to God.
J19. Ron Howard would be cool. You know, I wonder the Landau, the Shatner, the Howard, if it's going to be one of those deals where you only get one of those in a case. Autograph number 1. Alright, time to test your Twilight Zone knowledge. And autograph number 2. As I'll admit, it's all a big blur to me. J53. So I'm going to tell you some of the episodes that I liked. You guys can tell me what they were called. You know, the title, some other information about it. Or maybe tell me that I'm wrong and it's actually Outer Limits and it's not Twilight Zone. So you got the basics. You know, Nightmare at 20,000 feet, The Serve Man, crap. The Burgess Meredith one, what was that title of that one? Something about time. Where all he wanted to do was read books and not have anybody.
I have questions on it.
There you go. How about the one where the guy made the bet that he wouldn't talk for a year? And just so he could win the bet, he cut his vocal cords. J27. And J61.
Didn't like it.
Alright, how about the one where the machines all come to life? I just remember the one where like the typewriter kept typing stuff to the guy. And the one with the what was the plastic surgery where all the people looked like pigs? Alright, so we start with Johnny Iman. Not sure if that's how you pronounce the last name. And I always pronounce this wrong. It's not an inscription. Shelley Fabers. Fabers. I don't know why I can't get this one right.
You can't shoot, so.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, not to say I looked up. If I were to look up, I'd look at the ceiling. You say look down the court. I mean, it's better house than that.
Okay, there was stuff to it. C8. There was one. It was an old couple, and the guy spent all his money. Basically, he transplanted himself into a young guy's body. J26. J84. Let's see, did anybody watch, used to watch Tales from the Crypt on HBO, and Tales from the Dark Side was on, I don't remember what channel it was on. That was back in the late 80s, early 90s, I think. J18. J5. I feel like I'm calling bingo. J74. Right. We're definitely doing inscription in this box. I can feel it. Also, our odds are well in our favor. Autograph number 1. Not an inscription. Unless they count that best wishes as an inscription. But it's not on their checklist that way. J36. A Robo, did you see? Yep, here is a inscription. Right when I was starting and I opened up my browser, I saw on the one page that they released a flash trailer for the new season. Fritz Weaver stars. I'll have to watch it when I get a chance. Now, you know, I've never been to Comic-Con, Ed Wynn, but I saw somebody had posted like their hall, and it had a whole bunch of like signed posters and things. And so you have to like enter into a lottery to win the chance to go to whatever signing or whatever where they're talking about shows and stuff. J60. And somebody had a full cast signed Flash poster. J79. You know, I never watched Heroes. Oh no, I just never had the interest. Never watched Lost either.
Oh my 10.
So when you win the lottery for the signing, so then you still have to pay for the signing, or it's in like it's part of your whatever you like bought lottery tickets? Like how does that work? And then for like Legends, was everybody there? Okay, so we start with Denise Lynn. Hey, there's something I noticed. Let me go back a second. I wonder if it's on any of the others. The Martin Landau. Yeah, wait, this one too.
Right, what are you doing?
This one. The cards are different. This one's an inscription, so I'm not counting that one. But the John Considine, the Ron Haggerty, and the Martin Landau, the Twilight Zone logo is in silver foil, but then on all the others it's just just white text. Second one, this is an inscription. And inscribed 13164, Shelley Babers again. And I don't know why I can't say her name right.
I hit X, I don't know what else you want me to do. No, give me it.
Now is that one, let's jump over to the checklist real quick. And Shelley Babers inscription, extremely limited.
I do one more shot.
2 more to go. So we got two, I'm going to say 2.5 inscriptions. Right, so you express interest in what signings you want. Comic-Con randomizes it, and a few are chosen. No, right, so, but does it cost anything? Or was that the part where you said nope? Because then, like, why bother, like, why are they there if you doesn't cost anything? They just do it for the love of the fans? Because I know somebody posted that, like, James McAvoy was at for whatever show he's on. See, now that part's cool. So then that Flash one is really cool because I mean I couldn't make out every signature on there, but it had to have had 8 signatures on there. Pat Hingle stars.
Don't make a comment. I was there.
Martin Landau stars. So are you trying to say that Comic-Con doesn't have comics? Man.
Exactly.
J39. J10.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you want to page it, but
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, what does Top Gun have anything at all to do with Comic-Con? You know, things need to be sci-fi, horror, fantasy. C2, that's a duplicate. Game of Pool.
ooh, so close.
I wouldn't even know what to do if I went to a Comic-Con. I probably just want to watch the people in costume. Maybe meet that guy that used to have that toy show, that toy hunter guy. Sets up at all the cons, whatever his name was.
Can you acknowledge the pass?
J42.
Get him out of here.
J92.
Not a quarterback. Play now like 5v5 out of like say like 6 games. Like what do you think our record would be? Pick max. Like 6-0. I don't know.
Autograph number 1. And autograph number 2.
Alright, Ryan, back to the question. If me and Matt played 6 games, we can look like oh, I thought I was going to say Matt 6-0. Be like, what, nigga?
What's that, crap. The
No, you're not. We're
J50.
We're four.
The show Comic Book Man, that's what I was trying to think of. Have those guys there. I haven't seen that show in a while. I don't know if it's still on.
What?
J1.
Okay, I forgot laptop. What, once?
J64. You see, like guys like that, I wouldn't want their autograph. I just want to say hi. I always wanted to go to that comic book store since it's not far. Well, relative, it's not far. It's just up in North Jersey. And J23. Home stretch, 1 box to go. I don't think either of those was a inscription. Yeah, I don't know. The only autographs I've ever paid for were sports people. I don't think I've ever paid for an autograph of a non-sports person. I remember going to a, hold on a second, Stephen Talbot.
I mean, I was in the paint, but okay.
I went to a show once, and it was just a mix of everything. But because it was in Pennsylvania, Morgan Brittany, you know, it had a couple of, you know, sports guys, and I want to say it was Jim Bunning was there. It was some Hall of Famer that I wanted to get an autograph of. And then I just was walking around. There was a lot of wrestlers and actors and actresses. And I would stop and talk to them, but I guess they were eventually expecting me to pay for an autograph, and I never did. You know. J56. There's autograph. J22. We're definitely going to increase the speed in which we open up the second case, because if I take this long in the second case, I guarantee you, come check in an hour, you'll see me asleep. C6. J17. J86. The Masks. I think that was the episode where their mask became what their actual face was, because it represented what they were on the inside. J8. James Best Stars. Pretty sure we got one of those already. J48. Gotta flip this over because the autograph should be near the bottom. Try and make it one of the last packs we open. Ruta Lee, pretty sure that was a double. J41. Three packs to go. Two packs to go.
I don't know. I'm trying to leave it. Sorry, I was doing something important.
J90. Last pack.
Yeah, I don't want to play with Dylan.
And it is an inscription. So that gave us our three for the case.
Wait, what?
Alright, so we start with Carol Rawson. Now, why do you want the inscription to be Veronica Cartwright? She's not real. Could you read the Veronica Cartwright and you were just hoping it was an inscription, or you were just taking a guess as to who it was?
Oh, you should hold it.
Let's just separate the three. Where's that third inscription? Alright, so we had our three inscriptions were Veronica Cartwright, Shelley Fabers, and Ruta Lee. Autographs, and again, he very well could have written this in all of them, but this one here says best wishes. So we got, I'll read these from the back. Martin Landau, definitely. Ron Haggerty, John Considine, Denise Lynn, Ann Gillian, Jim Houghton. Got the dual autograph of Dana Dillaway and Veronica Cartwright. Carol Byron, William Swan, Billy Mummy, Morgan Brittany, Nehemiah Persoff, Barbara Barry, Jim Titus, Johnny Eamon, Shelley Fabers again, Stephen Talbot, Morgan Brittany, Carol Rossin, and Michael Gorfine. And got our 5 mirrors. Everything else is pretty much what we were supposed to get, as far as I know. Alright, I'm going to stop, get this video posted up, and then I'll be back in a few minutes for case 2, and we'll go a lot quicker on that one. So, thank you for watching, and I will try and stop my video here. Come on.
Alright, next game.
Trying. Still trying.